Welcome to the show. I'm Brad Meadows.
I'm Connor Kennedy.
Fully short. And this is International Logistics.
Thanks for joining us today. We've got a great segment on the Internet of Things and how it relates to international logistics.
This episode brought to you by Skittles.
Taste the rainbow. So Connor, what is the Internet of Things in your words?
The Internet of Things is the network of physical objects, devices, buildings, and other items embedded within software, electronics, sensors, and network connectivity that enables these objects to collect, communicate, interact, and exchange data as well.
So it sounds like the Internet of Things should open up doors into international commerce.
It should.
Yeah, I believe warehouses are using this in their pick systems actually to, once they fulfill an order in the warehouse, they're able to pull that inventory. And actually, a lot of these warehouses are actually offshore from the initial order of the customer, so they're able to immediately pick that warehouse. The logistics management systems are able to process, transportation in order to get that product to the customer. So that's a really good thing in international logistics.
Interesting.
Corey, like you said earlier, the Internet of Things can really open some doors for international logistics and international commerce specifically. But and everyone knows an open door isn't always the most secure.
That's a great point. Brad, what would you have to say about that?
Yeah, so as we see, companies internationally utilizing the Internet of Things to operate their warehouses, factories, these are drones. They're communicating over the Internet of Things like we defined in the definition. So if your network, is down due to hackers and, international hacking rates are on the rise. So if your internet happens to be down and you're out of, your factory and as well as your warehouse, you're going to have to hire temporary work to keep those things operating because your drones are down, absolutely. But I think the opportunity far outweighs the risk. You just got to keep some a good cybersecurity team and some white hats in the building, and you'll be fine.
Right. So guys, this all sounds really interesting, and I see how this plays out in our day-to-day lives, but can anyone explain to me how this works with real-life international logistics?
Yeah, so basically there was a time whenever ocean carrier arrival times was basically just a guessing game. But now with the Internet of Things, we can put an end to all this uncertainty.
Absolutely, and as far as an international supplier goes, or somebody who's a customer internationally, you make a purchase overseas, the Internet of Things is going to allow you to get notifications when it's left the supplier's factory, production facility, and when it gets to, customs, export. Then once it gets on the ship, the ships are now able to communicate that, hey, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's going to be another couple days, and then once it's in the port, hey, there's just a set amount of time left. So I definitely think the live tracking updates of the Internet of Things is, the highway to provide that. It's definitely a great thing.
So you're telling me these ships could talk to each other?
They're talking to each other. They're talking to everybody.
Interesting point.
Well, this has been a great discussion. Brad, do you think you could tell me what you believe the future role of the Internet of Things will be in international logistics?
Yeah, so I see international logistics, as far as supply chain goes, being a more seamless process, getting your product down the supply chain to the end consumer. So I see actually automated, right now we have automated warehouses and production. So soon we're going to have, automated with, logistics management systems. The carrier will be able to know exactly when to pick that up through information systems fostered by the Internet of Things being the highway for that. And it'll, almost all the way to the process of exporting, ocean carrier to import, all the way to the transportation to the end consumer. It will be just a seamless process.
What I'm getting out of all this is that the Internet of Things is basically leading towards a more streamlined transportation, better and safer way to share information as a whole, and just in general, a quicker way to get things done.
Connor, I think you'd be right.
Well, I think that about wraps it up here. Thanks for watching International Logistics Center.